I sat down with Ed Koch twice in April of 2010 to talk about New York State politics and its political dysfunction. And in the process, Koch revealed more about himself and his passions than you might expect given the subject matter. We spoke in the aftermath of the 2009 state Senate coup, a mess that had New Yorkers pleading for changes and waiting and waiting.
I'm 85 years old. I had no intention of taking on a very tiring exercise to change the state government. And I was hoping that some people would come along and say, I'm going to lead the movement. Nobody stood up. So I said, well, maybe this is my last hurrah, and I'll stand up. And I did.
And yet, even at 85, he was the same old Ed Koch, pulling no punches, sparing no insults, and feisty as ever.
Dealing with a legislature that has people who believe that they're there as a matter of right, maybe as a matter of birth. The general view is throw the rascals out. I think they just generally say throw the bums out. And I have had that view, which is throw the bums out, the good and the bad, because the good aren't good enough and the bad are evil.
He was, in 2010, still propelled by the same motivations that had guided his entire political career. He took the lead in an effort to reform Albany and hold elected officials accountable. Yes, he enjoyed the spotlight and that reporters were still calling him to get his take on things, but Ed Koch continued to feel a sense of duty calling him.
Public service is the noblest of professions if it's done honestly, if it's done well. Wherever I lecture, and I speak with lots of people, I always tell them, you should go into public service. Some as a career, that's what I did for many years, and others who want to just go in and come out and go into the private sector. But we have an obligation to give back to this country, to this city, to this state, something in exchange for all that it has done for us.
His way of paying it forward and thanking the true loves of his life.
I love this country. I'm indebted to this country, the people of the city of New York that allowed me to become the mayor. I'm just a kid from the Bronx.